we are back for the BSR MX5 Amateur Series presented by Wolfpack Esports for race number 2. Grid is smaller because all the pro guys decided to leave out right now. But let's pull up this grid and see who's starting up out pole. Steve Hansford got the lucky draw and will be starting up out pole, followed by Andy Maxwell, Dale Benison, David Ayers, Charles Kellyman, Carl Hardy, Ben Sharp, Phil Regan, David Taylor Piggott, Graham Sesford, Craig Jones, and Alan Toon in P12 with Kip Stevens starting up behind him. And look, he gets his own little color and everything. Yeah. Kip gets his own little class and everything. And that's the blue class. That's Kip Stevens' class. Oh, it's all about the amateur class today as they are starting out their little formation half lap here at Suzuka. And after a crazy race one, I am super excited to see how this goes. And I hope y'all are as well. Thank you, Jeremiah Kane, once more for the music. Yeah, but unfortunately, we're going to have to mute you. And get ready to go green here in Suzuka. As we're waiting for the lights to go green, Steve Hansford has already launched off the line, and we're going green immediately.
Green, green, green.
And it's a great start by Steve Hansford. Craig Jones actually getting a great launch off the line as he's already moved. I see the red hood of David Taylor Piggott moving around as well. But look around the outside, DTP having a little bit of fight. Ben Sharp falling down the field. Charles Kelvin has had a horrible start as he falls down 2 spots already as they head into the S's. David Ayers looking feisty, having a little bit of look around the field right now into the S's. As, oh, no, Phil Regan's in the wall. What has happened to Phil Regan right here? I'm going to take a little look at the replay as he got a little bit of tap in the back from DTP. Oh, and then he got a bigger tap in DTP. Had to get all the brakes right there. Unfortunately, gets punted into the wall. But like I said, the race is not over just yet, but he's fallen down 4 positions. Goes back up front. Andy Maxwell into the hairpin. He's got Steve Hansford himself, and then David Ayers as Dale Benison caught up onto the inside. Got a little bit of traffic up on his back. That's Charles Kellyman forcing his hand. Let's see if Charles Kellyman can try anything. They head into Spoon. Now look at DTP get very hard on the brakes. Try to send it up to the inside. That was definitely a lunge attempt. As Andy Maxwell has actually caught up to the back of Steve Hansford. And on the back of him, that's David Ayers. Now let's bring up our battle box for first. Side by side they go. Ayers up the inside to the triangle chicane. As, ooh, somebody go it. Why, that was DTP. DTP is, oh my goodness. What has happened there? DTP went spinning in the middle of the triangle chicane. We're going to get a replay of what exactly happened right there. David Taylor Piggott went through 130R, got onto the gravel, and then he just lost it. Tried to get onto the brakes, just went spinning around. Also, while doing that, one of the obstacle cars went spinning around, and David Taylor Piggott nicely murders a cone right there. So, I'm not sure what has happened, but they've rejoined the track safely as, oh, we got another car off. I believe that was Charles Kellerman. Yes, it was. Back up front for the battle for first. Ayers is on the back of Hansford. as they head into the S's and up through Dunlop Curve. Now Ayers up onto the inside. He's got the speed and he's got the line. David Ayers up 3 spots as he makes the overtake, but Craig Jones is our biggest mover. Shout out to him. And Result Clothing moving up 5 spots from where they started. But real fight to look at is the battle for second. Ben Sharp, Carl Hardy, and all these guys trying to make their way to catch up to David Ayers. I'll bring up our track map, and I'll show you where everyone is. How this group has been moving on as Ben Sharp making his way up the inside of Steve Hansford through Spoon. Steve Hansford trying to look for a switchback, but he's fighting back right now. They're all sitting in this trap. We saw it in race 1, where Ben Sharp just absolutely ran away with this. And it's kind of happening right now with David Ayers, but now Ben Sharp definitely going to be fighting around once more as we see Carl Hardy and Steve Hansford going side by side through 130R. This never ends well, but they've actually made it work. Craig Jones is the one going a little bit wide. Now look at Benison going down the inside to the triangle chicane. Doesn't get anything going in there. He slots right back in behind Carl Hardy. You see Craig Jones and Dale Benison in a big draft battle as Craig Jones swings outside of Dale Benison as they fly down the front straight. Can Craig Jones get the inside line? Can he get the dive into turn 1? Yes, he does. Also up ahead, Carl Hardy does the exact same. Both Result cars making it look easy. As Carl Hardy also makes the move up ahead. And unfortunately for Charles Kellman, who says, darn it, in our chat, hey, at least they have race 3 to look up for. But biggest move so far is Craig Jones. We're going to pull up the intervals right now between all the drivers. And Craig Jones is the nearest to passing another car. He's on the back of Steve Hansford. Going to Degna 2. Does Craig Jones have the better exit on the back of Steve Hansford? Can he do it? It looks like he can. He's not going for it. That's an odd move from Craig Jones. But he's sitting on the back of Steve Hansford, looking up the inside of 180R. For the outside move now, setting up for Spoon. Can Craig Jones make another move? Can he make it 7 spots? Sitting back in on the back of Hansford. Does not have the gap. Speaking of gap, the gap to Ben Sharp and David Ayers right up behind has fallen down. And the battle for a lead is definitely happening right now as Ben Sharp's all over the back end of David Ayers. Sharp and Ayers nose to tail with each other. As Steve Hansford and Dale Benison going side by side into the triangle chicane. A little bit off track as, oh, no. Phil Riggins off the track. Phil Riggin is off. What has happened to him? Would help if I was actually watching Phil Riggin. Looking at Phil Riggin right now as he went into 130R, went very onto the curb and just lost it and bang into the wall. That's a hard hit for him as we go back to the battle for first. It's 1, 2, and 3, all the same shot. David Ayers, Ben Sharp, and Carl Hardy all battling out for position between the 3. Sharp on the back of Ayers, but look up the inside. Carl Hardy makes the move for P2 into the Dignas. Carl Hardy took pole here as we see Craig Jones rejoining the back of these guys. He might be included in the battle very soon as they're coming up into the hairpin. Look how slow Hardy was into that corner. Ben Sharp almost clobbered him into the back. But they continue on. And who's going to have the better run? It looks like Ben Sharp has got a monster run on the back of Carl Hardy as David Ayers is just trying to break this draft as best that he can. Going into Spoon, I thought I was going to see a move from Ben Sharp. Let's ride on board with him. Use code SHARP24 at Year One HQ for a little discount right now. But the only discount he needs is a discounted draft, as he's going to try to make a move going into the Triangle Chicane. Through 130R they go. Carl Hardy leading out Ben Sharp. They go into the Triangle Chicane once more, and no moves made. Sharp having a little bit of a lax, but he's got it all on the exit, as David Ayers went off track just a little bit on the exit. But look at Ben Sharp. He's all in the back. They're splitting down the inside. Hardy going down to the inside. David Ayers staying on the outside. Ben Sharp trying to split the middle, but he's caught in the middle of them. Ben Sharp has nowhere to go right now, as he's going to try to make the move around the outside going into turn one. This is a risky maneuver by Ben Sharp. Can he hold it off? No, he doesn't. Can he get it onto the exit? No, but this is wonderful defending by Carl Hardy. Defending on Ben Sharp, as Craig Jones has joined the fight for the lead. Wonderful moves by Carl Hardy. Now, Carl Hardy, after that wonderful move, he's super fast to the Dignas. Is he going to try and move up into the hairpins now? As this battle for four, group of four, battle out for the lead. Ben Sharp and Carl Hardy. Ben Sharp sending it around the outside of Carl Hardy, but it was a unable move. Now look at Craig Jones. Craig Jones has got a great jump on Sharp and Hardy from that incident, and David Ayers is definitely smiling in his helmet right now, seeing that happen in his rearview mirror as these two are battling it out. As they head to Spoon, who's going to have the jump? Oh, no, a little bit of touch from Ben Sharp. He got to the back end. Carl Hardy's very unstable. Craig Jones is going to steal a position from Ben Sharp right there. Craig didn't get involved. Just let it happen. That could have gotten very ugly, as Dale Bennis has been turned around up in Spoon. And here comes Ben Sharp on Craig Jones. They're going to try to go side by... No, they're trying to go three wide, back to side by side. And into 130R they go. Craig Jones goes way off track, trying to hold the pedal to the metal a little bit too long. And on the reflex, here comes Ben Sharp for P2. Laid all the brakes into the triangle straight, and Ben Sharp gets P2. Now Craig Jones on the back of Ben Sharp. He's got the lineup. He's got the inside. They're going side by side. Down the front straight they go as, oh, there's a massive amount of slow cars happening. We'll check back in that if this ever breaks apart. But Sharp around the outside. Craig Jones up onto the inside, heading into turn one. Sharp closing the door on Jones. And Sharp defending that wonderfully. And David Ayers running away with first place now. Leading by 2.6 seconds as Andy Maxwell's gone. Oh, Andy Maxwell's in the wall. Let's get a replay of what happened here, as Andy Maxwell's in a little bit of a fight. See DTP all over the back of Maxwell as they headed to turn one, and yep, that's just a send into the wall. DP laid on the brakes, pushed him into the wall, and he's definitely not happy about that. Back up front for the battle for P2. Sharp, Jones, and Hardy. Can Jones get the recovery drive that he needed? Or will Sharp keep leading it on? Because Jones qualified P2, had a lot of incidents in race 1, fell down way to the bottom of the pit lane. Oh, way to the bottom of the grid, really. As he's trying to close his way back on Ben Sharp. But Hardy is closing in on the back of Jones now, as they have this backstretch for one of the last times tonight, as we are going to go one more lap here in Suzuka. A little bit of off-track action for Jones. Jones way off track as Hardy snipes past him. And Jones falls down to P2, but Sharp and Hardy, both of them go off track. Jones around the outside. Jones makes the best of both worlds and gets 1 and 2 positions off both drivers' mistake. What a move by Craig Jones. We're going to get a replay of that from Jones' perspective. He got a slowdown, and then he got slowed down going off track. Then both the drivers he's battling with go off track, and Craig Jones passes them with ease. What a move by Craig Jones. The driver in front of you goes off track, then they both go off track, and you just smile and wave. But now, can Craig Jones hold off this position and hold off Ben Sharp? And what's happened to Carl Hardy? Carl Hardy must have had a slowdown from that, and that's absolutely ruined Hardy's pace. And now back to the battle for second between Jones and Sharp with 1 lap to go here in Suzuka. Ben Sharp closing in on Craig Jones into the hairpin. We see Ben be very, very good in this hairpin situation, as a little bit of action is happening back in the pack, but I do not want to miss this second-in-class battle as Sharp is closing in on Jones. Sharp has all the speed. Sharp has the draft, but can Craig Jones defend? Into Spoon they go. Sharp closing in like a missile, but he's gotta let off now as Ben Sharp falls a little bit back down a half a second as, he goes off track and regains right now. Now he's got the speed. Is he going to try and make a move through 130R on the last lap? Yes, he is. Side by side they go, heading up down the back straight to 130R. Sharp up onto the inside. Jones around the outside as they get almost together, as Jones is going to have to fly way off track. Very controversial rejoining by Craig Jones as they head into the break zone of the Triangle Chicane. We saw Sharp make a mistake happen right there. He tried to go for a cutback, expecting Jones to make a mistake, but no. Jones saves it for P2 as David Ayers takes the win, followed by Craig Jones and Ben Sharp. Another great battle at the end. This time it wasn't a group of 4. It was a group of 3 and 2. But what a race that we definitely saw here today for the BSR MX5 Amateur Cup presented by Wolfpack Esports. Race number 2 out of 3. We're waiting for Charles Kellyman to finish up his lap right now. But what a absolute crazy race we saw. Biggest mover award definitely goes to Craig Jones right now, as that was a crazy fight up the field, up to P2. Craig Jones, you deserved that P2, as we're still waiting for Charles Charles Kelvin to finish it all up. What a race that we definitely saw today. Battles throughout the field, but that main battle in the top 3 was so insane that I just didn't want to look away. We had a few incidents down the field, but it was just, oh my goodness. That just left me with a big smile. That's one of the best races I have ever seen. As we see Charles Kelvin come across the line right now. Let's bring up your results for race number 2. It's David Ayers taking the win, followed by Craig Jones, Ben Sharp, Carl Hardy, Graham Sessford, Steve Hansford, Dale Bennison, DTP, David Taylor Piggott, Phil Regan, Alan Toon, Charles Kelman, Kip Stevens, and Andy Maxwell in 13th place. Well, after that race, I must say I'm certainly excited for race number 3, and we'll be back after these short messages. We'll be back in around 15 minutes. Stay tuned.